Do, 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 do. Ba-da-boop, boop, 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 boo. Ba-da-boop, boop, 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 boo. Ba-da-boop, boop, boop. Ah, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. A lot of crotch shot there. I'm going to turn to the side. Hold on, hang with me. Hold on, I'm still here. Oh, yeah, that's a chair. Zoom and Cooper and Vogler. Hey, Julie Flanagan, thank you so much for the roses. By the way, it lost connection. Good connection. We better have a good connection today. Nothing drives me crazier than a fuzzy, half in, half out connection. I woke up during the night, and I've talked about it before. I'm watched some Reiki ASMR kind of guy on TikTok a lot. And he was doing a live show, and I think he's based in England. The reason I think that is because he's got a British accent. He's got a whole bunch of followers. And all he was doing was kind of waving his hand and moving his rock around and saying, "Thank you, Sandra Lynn. Thank you, Julie Flanagan." And he was waving his rock and waving his hand, and he had the Good Morning Dennis, had some relaxing music going on, and he was getting so many gifts. He was getting so many roses, so many diamonds, so many helmets, so many cowboy hats, so many mustaches. He must make $500 every time he goes live because he was getting so many gifts. And this is not a plea. Good morning, Dennis. This is not a plea for gifts, but it was just going, wow, I once got like $5 from the stuff I got. He must make so much money. Hello, not original. Thank you for the rose. From the gifts he gets. I wanted to text him and say, hey, buddy, how about a little something over here for the Everett? Thank you for the rose. Thank you, Julie Flanagan, for the rose. That's all he was doing. And there was mellow music. And honestly, I was kind of enjoying it. Going, oh, it's helping me sleep. Helping me sleep. Wonder how much money this bastard's getting from all the diamonds. How do I get 1 million plus followers? And he had like 1,500 people watching the whole time. Good morning, RJ. But anyway, what else was I saying? Let's have a little water. Going to be a beautiful day. It sure is. RJ just reached member level 13. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. But good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. Am I a registered firearm owner? I am not. Thank you for asking. I can talk about that later, or I could talk about it now, although I'm mid-introduction. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. I want to thank you so much for joining. This little show I've been doing for a long, long time. It's a show I've been doing. It's about 4.5 years now. A show about me talking and sharing some experiences and kind of sharing the ups and downs that we all have in life. And it's a show that feels good for me. I get a lot of crap off my chest because I got a lot of crap on my chest that needs to get off my chest from time to time. I tell you what, every day I get a little more crap on my chest. And every day I dump a little bit of the crap onto you, the viewing audience, and some of you absorb it. Some of you say nice things. Some of you send roses, cowboy hats, and mustaches. Not as many of you do that as to that Reiki guy. Again, all he was doing, I'm going to start doing it. And he was wearing some weird clothes, and he has some weird rocks, and he just does this and goes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's all he does. I mean, he's got the long hair and the beard and the kind of weird clothes and some beads, and he talks about things that maybe I don't fully understand. But I think I could fake it. Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show. about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, I'm pretty excited about this. You know, how do you guys like it? I'm sitting out by my fire pit this morning. Usually go live on the patio, but thought it's a beautiful morning. The sun is coming up. Let's mix up the angle. Susan says you should do that with coffee beans. RJ is saying, listen to what I made. Fried up some chorizo and some corn tortilla over medium eggs and cheese. Sounds delicious, RJ. You are very authentic, liking the corn tortillas. Most Mexicanos that I meet say the real Mexicanos like the corn tortillas. I do not know why. I'm not a real Mexicano, to be honest with you, so I tend to like the flour tortilla. But I'm sure it was delicious with a corn tortilla as well. Mexicano. I'm not sure that's how you spell it, Alex, but I appreciate you. Ooh, and guac salsa. That does sound tasty. We need to invite RJ over with some food. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie Flanagan. Julie Flanagan's getting a little impatient, and I don't blame her. The poor lady's young woman. I don't know what I should say. When I called Julie a lady, it seemed I'd almost be hurt if somebody called me a man. I'm 55 years old. I still think a man sounds old. Maybe a lady does. So, Julie, if that offended you, I apologize. But Julie's sitting up there in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Sandy Shepard's out there in West Virginia, and everyone's getting a little anxious, aren't we, today? But for those that have been watching, well, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee. I bet you do, Julie. And I'm so excited to have my first sip. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I think it's the cinnamon dolce. It's not the hazelnut. Everlasting Bloom, am I right? Is it the cinnamon dolce? Tell me. It's my second pot of coffee, and the struggles I have after the first pot, sometimes it gets a little, hold on, let me take another sip. Oh, it's the pumpkin spice. Sometimes it gets a little confusing to place it. And I forgot. I made it. And I forgot. And I tasted it. And I brag about how delightful the flavors of coffee are. And they are. Good morning, Heather Odell. They are delightful. And they are each different. But I was up early today. I made a pot of Morning Joe, a dark roast, a hearty coffee, a man's coffee, purchased for me by one RJ Chippy. Good morning, Shannon. Sometimes, if I don't properly cleanse the palate or properly get the food in my tummy to distinguish the subtle flavors, and they're not that subtle, between the pumpkin spice and the cinnamon dolce, and I can't tell my head from a hole in the ground. Sometimes I can't tell a pumpkin from a coconut. You know what I mean? RJ's recommending berry crumble coffee for me. I used to drink beer. I used to drink a lot of beer. I was a Heineken-aholic. I really only liked Heineken. I'd be taken to microbreweries, and people would tell me how fun it is. You get to sample all these microbrews, and this one's this, and this one's like this, and this one's a lot like Heineken. And I'll look at the bartender and go, bartender, do you sell Heineken? Oh, no, we're a microbrewery. We only sell our own. What kind of beer do you like? I like Heineken. And you don't have it. Why am I here? Oh, well, this one's a lot like Heineken. And I drink it and I go, well, yes, it's like Heineken, but it's not Heineken. So RJ was a microbrew guy from 2013 to 2018. What specific dates you were? I wonder what happened in 2018 that changed RJ's life and left him. Are microbrews still super popular? I bet they are. They're kind of neat. I like the neatness that they're brewing their own beers. Then he switched to Busch Light. He really, I don't know what to say about that. What highbrow taste buds you have. Busch Light. And Busch is a pretty decent beer. I don't know if they sell Busch by the 30 pack, but I went to University of Illinois and we went to spring break at Marco Island in Florida. Hi Eric, how are you? Where's Eric Motocross been all my last 2 weeks? Naperville has a lot of breweries. Okay, well, Sandra Lynn, I appreciate it. And by the way, Sandra Lynn, we are going to the farmer's market this morning. I might be pushing a double stroller. A double stroller is the suburban version of a double wide. Get out of my way. This is the luxury model. Coming through. I've got 2 children. Get out of my way. I need a pumpkin. I need a apple spice donut. Hello, it's a secret from Urbana, Illinois. Do I like olives? Sandra Lynn, I love olives. I love especially black olives, but I'll eat green olives. And I know at Farmer's Market they have olive people there with little sampler cups of very delicious olives. And I do love olives. As a matter of fact, I had a pizza last night from Rosati's, thin crust. I believe it had sausage, pepperoni, and black olives on it, and it was tasty. Tavis Grows had a double jogger stroller. I'll tell a quick little story about this. Tavis, I used to be a good runner. I walked on to the University of Illinois track and cross country team. After college, I continued running, ran marathons, ran races, very competitive. There was a race in Arlington Heights. It was a really cool race. It was around the parking lot of the horse track that was there at the time. And it actually finished on the track itself, on the dirt section of the track, which is surprisingly hard, by the way. The final straightaway run on this kind of soft dirt where you're kind of slipping. It felt like running in sand. But that's not the point of my story. My point is Tavis brought up a double-wide stroller. I started out pretty fast as I did. I was cruising along, thinking I'm doing pretty well, thinking I'm a college runner. And I looked up ahead, and there was a guy pushing a stroller. How'd this happen? Did he cheat? Did he cut? I think I eventually passed him. I think I probably threw a shoulder in him as I ran by. But I did not appreciate a guy pushing a stroller being ahead of me in a race. It's sad to see it now. Yeah. Jimmy, is that me? Of course it's me, Jimmy. Who else would it be? What other bald men drinking coffee come on at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings and every other morning? That it is the one and only Jimmy. And you're the one and only Jimmy. Good morning, Heather. One feather. Or Annette, one feather. Sue joined. Sue, S-U joined. That's so fun. I bring up Seinfeld a lot. But thinking of Jimmy, for those that have watched Seinfeld, oh my gosh, the Great Sand Dune. What's OBX stand for, Tavis Gross? I don't know what that is. The man, the myth, the legend. For those that have watched Seinfeld, I bring up any funny Seinfeld that there was an episode with a guy named Jimmy, and he always referred to himself in the third person. Jimmy likes this. Jimmy does this. Jimmy plays basketball. Jimmy is upset. Jimmy wears extra springy shoes. Outer Banks, North Carolina. That's interesting. And that's all I got about that Seinfeld episode. Wow, you guys all know. You guys all know about the Outer Banks. Sometimes it hurts. It doesn't really hurt my feelings. Sometimes I like to say it hurts my feelings when you guys talk amongst each other. Hello, Uncle Leo. Thank you, Iowa State, for understanding what I'm talking about. Speaking of Uncle Leo, do you remember when he I forget what he did. I don't know if he blew up something, but either way, his eyebrows got taken out. And I think Elaine drew some in on magic marker on him. Do I eat pumpkin seeds? I certainly would. I'm not eating any currently. I don't think I've eaten any in months. But I like pumpkin seeds. Do I ever visit other areas in the States? Jimmy. I rarely visit other areas. I am coming at you from Naperville, Illinois. Do I ever? Well, Jimmy, I have left Illinois. I have left the lovely boundaries that are. I've never left Naperville. I feel too well loved in Naperville. Okay, I'm going to make a plea because I made an impassioned plea. For those that are watching, you guys know I have trolls that watch. Can I get a screenshot of my watch? I don't really understand. There's my watch. Take a screenshot. It's upside down. Here, take a screenshot. Do what you will. I don't know why you want a screenshot, but I gave you all the chance. I have some trolls that watch, and they live in Naperville, and there's like 2 or 3 crazy people who watch me in Naperville. And they always say how everyone hates me in this town, or everyone hates me in Naperville. I'm going to come clean and be honest. I'm probably one of the most popular guys in the whole damn city of Naperville. I am well known. I am extremely visible. I walk the streets with pride. I'm going to go to the farmer's market. I'm going to be pushing my double stroller. So next time you see somebody act like the whole town of Naperville hates me, say something about it. Defend me. Go, you're full of crap. You're a troll with no followers. Because it's so weird. I got like 3 people that really don't like me that have never even met me. And they like speaking for the whole town of Naperville. I'm so visible in Naperville, it's ridiculous. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. I'm at every Starbucks. I walk through downtown. I walk with the strut, like the guy from Saturday Night Fever. So next time you see somebody saying that, please stick up for me. Sandra Lynn, next time you see somebody, say something. Go, hey, I live in Naperville. I don't hate Ken. Please. Well, thank you. I do strut. Do I still like you, Marcus Brady? Are we still friends? Marcus Brady, I don't know that we ever were truly friends. I don't know that we know each other, but I am confused why you always want a screenshot of my watch. For some reason, I feel if somebody takes a screenshot of my watch, they might be able to steal it. And it's so funny, because I'll go around and I find myself loudly, if somebody asks me my social security, I'll belt it out and I'll say it aloud, or I'll give my credit card number out loud over the phone or to anybody that wants it for whatever reason. I don't worry about identity theft really at all. But the thought of somebody taking a screenshot of my watch for whatever reason makes me feel they could take my watch from me. And my watch is on my wrist. Do I want to be your friend? I don't know, Marcus Brady. I don't know. I need to get a coffee with Ken shirt, and I will walk around downtown. Sandra Lynn, I would love that. There's a link in the bio. I would recommend Sandra Lynn. We got our 2 pullovers in yesterday, or what are they called? They're not called pullovers. Hello, Cannoli, or Mark. We got hoodies. We got hoodies in yesterday. And I think they were gobbled up quickly. We got our first T-shirt, and it was ordered for me, to be honest with you. And the logo came out a little small and a little lower down than I'd like, and the shirt was a little tight. For those that are watching, you guys know I've been pumping iron for about 5 weeks straight. My biceps and my belly are probably a little bigger than I used to. So the shirt was a little bit snug around all sorts of things. And you're going to get a tattoo with Coffee with Ken. I like the sound of that. Although I'm not a huge tattoo guy. I'm not a huge tattoo guy. I don't have any, but if you want to get a tattoo that says Coffee with Ken, more power to you. An everlasting bloom, if you get one more tattoo, as long as it's a Coffee with Ken tattoo, I'll give it the thumbs up. I love Coffee with Ken. I wonder if there's really people that do that really write the name of their boyfriend or girlfriend. I love Julie, or I love Susie, or I love whatever. And then they break up with Julie, Susie, or Brenda, and they go, crap, now what am I going to do? Looking to get 12 in the next 12 months. 12 tattoos. I wonder if you're serious about that. But yeah, we did get we got some hoodies in. I think they're reasonable. I think we're pleased with them. They haven't been washed yet, and I've never worn them. So far, we've only ordered white. I'm kind of neurotic. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. Look at the pants I'm wearing. I'm scared of wearing white. I spill things on myself. Hey, thank you, Sean, for saying that. I'll take a bandana. I don't know if we have Coffee with Ken bandanas, but it's a fine suggestion. Ken has opinions about my tattoos. I need another, but he's not a fan. Yeah, I do. I have opinions about a lot of things. That's what makes this the show so fun. Hello, Tara Jacobs. Thank you for liking the live. To be honest, I was debating going live this morning. Woke up early. Yes, I go live at 8 o'clock every morning on TikTok. And was debating going live, was feeling a little out of sorts. My dog Holly was at the front door whining. I had a bunch of thoughts in my head and stuff on my mind, and I was going, should I go live? Should I not go live? And I was encouraged to go live. Oh, Julie says I have beautiful teeth. Well, thank you. I smile for that. Do you think tattoos are naughty? It's not that I think they're naughty. I mean, I don't want to, I know a lot of people have tattoos. I know I'm old. I'm not keeping up with the Joneses. I know. I think tattoos, and you're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. They're not naughty. I think they're desecrations of the skin that God gave us. That's what I think about tattoos. I think they're people that are crying for help, that think, okay, I got a tattoo and I'm in a bad mood and I'm depressed and I'm anxious and I've got mental health issues. So I think maybe getting another tattoo will make me feel better. That's what I think. So they go off and they get another tattoo and they go, crap, I'm still depressed. I'm still anxious. I'm still sad. I'm still suck. Maybe I'll go get another tattoo and that'll make me feel better. Pretty soon their whole body is covered with tattoos and they're going, good God, what have I done? I don't even have any more room for any more tattoos. These are my thoughts. Cheers to you tattoo owners. I think having a tattoo with meaning behind it is great. That's not why 75%. That's ridiculous but funny. Okay, see, I'm opening myself up. I appreciate that you're not at least being mean to me about my opinions. I appreciate, but that's my opinions, and I disagree. I think it is why most people get tattoos. I think it is. You guys can have your opinion, but I'm going to have mine. And boy, my pumpkin spice coffee is delicious. Both hidden. We'll be 5 on Thursday. If that's your opinion, nothing wrong with that, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because I voice my opinions on here. And my wife has 2 tattoos, and they're beautiful and they're sexy. But I think she'd be every bit as beautiful and every bit as sexy and possibly even more beautiful and more sexy without the tattoos. It's part of who she is. They're on them. I'm okay with them. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and she's the sexiest woman I've ever seen, and she has tattoos, too. But I think you get 1, you get 2, you get 10, you get 50, and you get no skin left to put it on. You know, Susie, I appreciate you saying that. Shannon, if it's super important, I'm okay. How often do you run into people in town who say, well, you're the guy I see on TikTok, Coffee with Ken? I was working at Super Target until 2 weeks ago. And when I was working in Super Target and very visible, I get it a lot. I feel a lot of people look at me and are too embarrassed to come up to me and say it. I kid you not. I was walking Holly the other day, and I walked by the grade school, the junior high down the street, and they had gym class outside, and I'm taking the corner, walking my dog, and I hear, hey, Ken! Ken! I look back. Gym class going on. Maybe somebody's yelling to a kid named Ken at gym class. I keep walking. Ken, coffee with Ken, we love you! And I had like 10 voices yelling, hey, coffee with Ken! And this is a junior high. And I think I'm very well known in this town. I think a lot of people know Coffee with Ken and watch it. And I think all the kids in my friend's school, or my children's schools and my stepkids' school, was she depressed when she got them? I'll bet she was. I'll answer that. So anyway, it's kind of funny. And I kind of like it, and I'm not sure. I think it'd be good for things, and I think it's because this is fun, and this is cool, and I'm me, and I get to be me, and I'm no longer selling real estate. Okay, Sandra Lynn said her kids know who I am. If it was Lincoln, it might have been my daughter. No, it's not Lincoln. It's Madison Junior High. If it was in Oswego. If it's Naperville Central, if it's Oswego East High School, I don't know why. I've had kids come up to me, hey, your Coffee with Ken. Your stuff's very inspirational. To be honest, I'm not sure if they're laughing with me or laughing at me, but either way, I don't know, as long as they're laughing. What's your favorite topic to chat about with us? Okay, I was talking about it last night. It was interesting. I was at a cross-country meet. I went to my daughter's cross-country meet, and it was awesome. Oh, my God. My daughter got fifth in the race. Fifth. She got fifth in the race. She was near the lead. She could have won almost. Her goal was to get top 10, and she told me that. And my first instinct was trying to temper her ambition or her enthusiasm, and she showed me why she thought of it, and as a dad, I'm worried about her being disappointed. So I wanted her to say, hey, well, don't worry about that. Just run your best race. And I was advised, don't say that. That'll rain on her parade. And I appreciated the advice. And I said, encouraged her. She ended up getting fifth. And she was as high as fourth. And she was almost third. And a girl passed her at the end. And she ended up getting fifth. She was tired at the end. But she ran awesome. She ran awesome, and it was so cool. And all the kids from her team ran up and said, hey, Karen, Tracy, way to go. And I was sitting there trying to what's it called when photobomb? Her dad. I should have got a sign that said, I'm her dad. I was so proud. It was funny. It was super cool. It was super cool. And, she'd never run that well, and it wasn't her PR time. But I don't know if anyone out there runs cross-country. Cross-country, your courses are different. I mean, they say they're 3 miles, but some might be a little short. Some might be a little hilly. Some might be a little muddy. Time is not that important when it comes to cross-country. But she looks at it as her time and didn't get her best time ever. And her best time was last week, but I think it was an easier, shorter course. And she ran awesome and was near the lead. It was pretty cool. I got pretty excited. And anyway, after the race, I was sitting with some parents, or standing with some parents, to be honest. And there were 3 of them, and they were talking about what they did, and there were 2 teachers, and some other woman chimed in, and she was a school teacher as well. And they said, I said something very witty about, wow, all 3 of you are teachers. Everybody's doing it. And I'm standing there, and they looked at me, and they go, well, what do you do? And I sat there kind of sheepishly, going, what do I do? Do I tell them I was a realtor? Do I tell them I worked at Super Target, or do I tell them what I really do? And I go, well, to be honest, I'm a content creator, and I have a talk show, and I talk live at every morning at 8 o'clock, and it's not very lucrative yet, but it's growing, and it's fun. And they go, well, what do you talk about? I go, well, life and ups and downs and cross-country meets and addictions and mental health and relationships and struggles and cross-country meets. And they go, oh, wow, how cool. We're going to follow you. We're going to subscribe. And maybe they are, and maybe they're listening right now. And it felt cool to say this is what I do. It felt really cool to say what I do, but it was almost my first time actually saying it face-to-face with a human, that this is what I do. And I almost felt apologetic. But I think if you explain to them the story that it's growing every day and it's not super lucrative today, but it's growing and it's getting bigger, I think it gets people excited and they feel part of the journey and part of the adventure and kind of curious and want to tune in. And it felt neat to say. Hey, Barefoot Boomer, thank you for following the live. And Susie Little, thank you for following the live. And Everlasting Bloom, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Imagine I'm looking for a rock. This is me with a rock. Imagine it's a rock. What do they call those rocks in Reiki? Like crystals. They make up some fancy word for rock. And hey, Vinny Ford, thank you for following the late creator. Oh, you should have a business card with a QR code that goes right to my link tree. You left Target. Did you secure a new job yet aside from being an excellent content creator? Sean, no, I haven't secured a new job, but I've got some things in the work. I appreciate you for asking. Julie Flanagan, thank you for sending the rose. If I had some mellow music that would help you sleep. I'm not kidding. I want to reach out to the guy and go, how much do you make on a live show? Because again, I made $5. I made 15 one day by getting diamonds and gems and helmets. And this is not a plea for it, but I am curious how much this guy, because there's 54. Thank you, Everlasting Bloom. That you guys don't have a chance. I'm not asking you to compete. He had like 1,200 people following him, and all he was doing was this. And every once in a while he'd go. And you'd hear this relaxing music, and it was like 3 a.m, and I woke up, I couldn't sleep, and this guy was there, and I watched him, and he was getting diamonds and helmets, and I'm going, holy crap, this guy must make $500 every live. What a good gig to look like Jesus and go. You're sending me some good vibes. Good feeling something solid is going to line up for you soon. Sean, what I'd love to have line up for me is this to grow like hell. This is going to be, I can get a job, and I'll get a job, and I'll get some cash, and I'll make some money, and we'll be okay. But I think this is what I should do. You're sending me a watch. What kind of watch are you sending me, Marcus Brady? Why do you like my watches so much, Marcus Brady? And do you follow my show? Tara Jacobs. Biz Kits? Quit is such a hostile word. Isn't it? I quit Target. That seems so hostile. It's like you got a divorce. I was working at Target. How's the temp out there? It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Hello! How are you? I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day today. Holly's going to see you guys walking by and bark and wake up our babies. So run by very quickly. I love our windows, but that's the one bad thing about having those windows. Enjoy the day. For the record, I was talking to 2 Napervillians. So when the trolls get on and say Naperville hates me, they don't. Any man on the street vid's coming soon. I don't know, Jack. I don't plan that far ahead. Hello, Izzy Chavella. Jack, when did Jack get on? Nurse Ellen, thank you so much for joining. Can you sing Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? Hold on. coffee was cold. Do you want me to sing Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? Do I know all the words? Hello, hello, hello. No barking. Great job. They talk to me. I live on a corner. They walk from there, and now they're over there. They're actually neighbors, good people, and they belong to the pool with us. So we see them a lot, and I think their oldest girl is the same age as my oldest stepson. So they're nice people. Good morning, Captain Kenny. Thank you. I don't know. Do I sing beautiful? Do you guys want me to sing Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? I don't even know if I know the words. Do I need to mow today? That's an interesting story, RJ. If I needed to mow, I would mow. It's a long story and hard to explain. It's hard for me to explain. I like mowing. I mean, my yard, I'll tell you, I think a perfect time mowing is like 30 to 45 minutes of lawn mowing. I live in a home on a corner lot that is probably at least a quarter acre, and to mow takes about an hour. And an hour is a little longer than the perfect I love mowing experience. I don't need to mow today. I'll just leave it at that. Do you still have that battery-operated mower? I appreciate the question. No, I do not. I was living in a rental home for a year, and my landlord bought that for the house. So I did not bring the lawnmower with me, because that would have been stealing. And we need a new lawnmower here. And I think the wheel fell off the one we bought. We bought one off Facebook, and it was like $85. And it worked fairly well for a few years, and I think is down for the count now. And we procured a young man who owns a mower to mow our lawn. And it is mowed, and it was mowed yesterday by this young man. So we don't need to buy a mower before the end of the year. Are you living back with my family? Hello from Thailand. Let's talk about Thailand. I'm just sitting here on a nice day on a corner lot, enjoying my coffee. Keep the personal questions to a minimum. No, I'm just kidding. I wish I could have someone mow my lawn. Yeah, not original. I actually don't. I would prefer to do it myself. I was out with Holly today. Although, again, it's a little longer than excuse me, my nose was running. How rude is it? Don't worry about it, Laura. I'm just kind of kidding. My husband loves cutting grass. Yeah, the kid does a pretty good job. I'd do a better job. My lawn would look better if... Don't worry about it, Laura. You don't have to be sorry. I'm just kind of kidding. But again, I don't know. It's a long story. I got a lot of long stories. You got to tune in tomorrow for the rest of the story. I would do a better job mowing the lawn than this kid does. I'd make it look better. And I am a man, and that kind of sounds sexist, but I am a man. It's not sexist. I'm a man. How's that sexist? But I do take pride in the way my yard looks, and it looks fairly okay right now. Kind of like my real estate career, fairly okay. I enjoy paying someone to cut your lawn. Well, Susie Little, I have more time than money, so in a perfect world, I would mow my own lawn. But I appreciate it, and I get why somebody would enjoy paying their person. Hello, Shanthi. How are you? Let me have a little more coffee. How long have I been talking? 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Thank you for following the live creator. This is me doing the backstroke. Do you know why I'm doing the backstroke? Sandra Lynn's not allowed. Have you ever done the TikTok battles? You'd be great. What is a TikTok battle? Is that like a rap battle? Like Eminem on 8 Mile? Good morning to you, Lorden. Lorden is a young lady, and I don't know where she lives. I don't know where she lives or how she knows me, but she hops on every once in a while. I don't cut the grass, just the cheese. Are you single, men? I am not single, but we have probably some single men on here. It's how to meet other creators and engage with more viewers. It's where you go live against other at the same time to see who gets more points. Oh, well, I don't know. If my key grip, aka Everlasting Bloom, looks into I can't say a live battle. That sounds so stupid. Sorry for the suggestion. But if it's a good idea and we deem it a good idea, I might do it. But I don't know how many points I'd get. I'm worried I'd go against this guy, Jesus, with the rock and the crystals, who's got 1,000,000. Hello, Natalie. Natalie and Lorden are together. They're, play the what if game. What do you mean? Okay, I'm coming way back. RJ asked what's my favorite topic to talk about doing these lives. And that got me thinking about the conversation I had with the school teachers last night, but I never really answered the question. I don't know that I have a favorite topic to discuss in my lives. Okay, Sean, I appreciate that. I'm 6'2". I do know when I talk about, there's two topics, maybe three, that seem to resonate with an audience a lot. If I talk about how I used to drink a lot of alcohol, that seems to resonate with the audience a whole bunch. I clip all these lives into shorter videos, and I post them on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And when I post a video about how I used to drink a lot and how I no longer do, it gets a massive audience. I did one on smoking pot. It got 600,000 views. I did one a week ago, and it's already at like 150,000 views. Good morning, Lindsay girl. I also, I am still living in Naperville. Rank my favorite seasons. I also, when I talk about mental health or anxiety or depression, that always feels good because I think it matters, and I think we all struggle with things. Also, I think sharing my experiences as a divorced dad and means a lot, because I think there's a lot of men out there that maybe get divorced without really understanding what life's going to look like when you're divorced. And yeah, and again, I got two older girls by a very nice, my ex-wife, who's a nice woman who lives in Oswego. And it is more tough than you can imagine. And it's just, no, I'm not saying marriage has to be forever or everybody should stick through everything. But being away from your kids is harder than people know. And it just changes your life and changes how you look at yourself. So when I talk about my experience as a divorced dad, although it's kind of tough for me to talk about, I think it means something. And I think it's an experience that more men should understand. And maybe if I could talk to a bunch of guys that are fighting with their wives, I could help, or at least give them some insight into what life's going to be like, and not to take it lightly. So I think yeah, Dennis, congratulations to you for being married for 35 years. And I'll bet you're the first person to say, Dennis, it hasn't been easy and not every day has been perfect. And yeah, I think I could be a great counselor for couples because I've screwed up enough relationships. I think I've screwed up enough relationships, and I've made enough mistakes, and I've tried to fix them, and I realize I'm not perfect, and but I've also learning that nobody's perfect, and that my wife's not perfect, and that I'm not perfect. And when you put two very imperfect people together, you're going to have troubles. And you got to figure a way to get through those struggles and do what's right for you and do what's right for the other person and hopefully what's right for the whole family. Yeah, perfect doesn't exist. Great viewership today. If we got any new people joining in, I appreciate if you'd follow my page. I'm going to go live this afternoon. By the way, I go live every afternoon on YouTube at 4:30. And I call it Reflections of the Day. And when I say I go live, every 4:30 afternoon. I think I've done it like 3 afternoons, and I skipped yesterday because I was riding my scooter out to, I think it was in Geneva, to this cross-country meet. So you can't go live. You can't go live while you're riding the scooter. One day, I was working at Super Target at the time. I wanted to go live a few minutes early, and I pushed live as I was driving in. And the powers that be at TikTok squelched that and said I was doing dangerous activities while going live. And granted, I was behind the steering wheel. So you were right, Tara. Are you taking kiddos to a pumpkin patch? There's talks, but there's no firm plans. You should go live while scooting if you have a phone holder. RJ, they would not allow me that. They wouldn't allow me. Believe me, I tried while driving a car. They didn't like it a whole lot. Did I miss you saying you don't work at Target any longer? Well, I can't tell you what you heard and what you didn't hear, but I've certainly said I'm not working at Target any longer, Jimmy. And I mean that with the most love I can say. I don't work at Target anymore. I left 2 weeks ago today. I'd been there long enough. They'd had enough with me. My ban is lifted now. You had a ban? Well, did you miss Outback? Oh, no, I didn't miss Outback. Natalie M., I'm transitioning to full-time doing this, and I'm also making money where I can and doing the best I can. Okay, well, welcome back. Self-employed. Yes, I'm self-employed. I run my own business. I have employees. All those employees. Hey, Robert Patrick, thank you for following the creator. Would you say you were out front at Outback? I don't know what you mean. Laura, I don't think the cereal aisle does look the same. What hurts about Target? What hurts about Target? I think if I leave a big wake, I am me. I'm not saying I'm great. I'm not saying I'm cool, although I think I'm pretty cool. But I leave an impression, a mark. I leave my mark. I don't think the company that is Target wants employees that leave their mark. I think they want pieces that they can, interchangeable parts. And again, my boss's boss's boss left, and it made no impact on the running of the store. And she was the director of the store. She was running the whole thing, and nobody cared. There was no meetings that said, hey, what's her name left? There was no, hey, guys, we're hiring a new person, and they're going to be awesome, and we're going to do this better. There was almost no mention that the head of the whole store left. So I bet you when Coffee with Ken left aisle 9, 10, the breakfast and cereal aisle, I went in and I tried to do it different. I would joke with customers and said, we're going to put dance lights and we're going to get speakers and we're going to play music, and this is the most fun aisle in the whole store. I think the other people looked at me like, what the hell is the matter with this guy? And I am not saying there's not something the matter with this guy, but I'm saying this is this guy. And if you hire me to operate the cereal aisle at Target, I'm going to operate it the way I'm going to operate it. I'm going to talk about putting speakers in and making it the most fun aisle in the whole store. And when people walk by, I'm going to say, hey, come on down. This is the aisle you want to be in. I think I might have been a little much for Target. Am I living in the 90s? I don't know what you mean by that. Am I in Michigan? No, I am not. Box Set Playbook, thank you so much for sharing the live, and we do have it on us. Yeah, there's better side gigs. I've looked into waiting tables for anybody worried about me. Hello, Noah. And I've waited tables before, and I'm thinking about waiting tables again. And I think I could make more money in 2 or 3 nights a week working at an average family restaurant than I could at a whole week at Target. And that's what I think. So where am I working now? No, I'm self-employed. I'm a self-employed content creator. Music loving mom, thank you for joining. Wow, we're having so much fun on Saturday morning. Thank you for following the live creator. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. Do I like Six Flags? Am I happy? I'd say I'm the happiest person I know. And happy is a temporary situation, but I mean it without a doubt. Good morning. How are you? I'm doing. I have a talk show.
You're doing your show?
My show. Do you follow me?
No, but I knew you had one at one point.
Yeah, I still do. It's called Coffee with Ken. I would love if you'd follow it on any social media platform.
Are you doing it live right now?
You're on live right now. I go live every day at 8:00 on TikTok, and I post that video elsewhere. And I also go live at 4:30 on YouTube. Coffee with Ken. We have merchandise. We're selling T-shirts, sweatshirts, and coffee mugs.
How long do you go?
Well, I've gone 52 minutes right now. I won't go much longer. I'm getting hungry, and I want to go to the farmer's market. Ever been to Disney? I've been to Disneyland. I have never been to Disney World. I went to Disneyland in the early 90s when I lived in LA for employees. Northland Filters. Coffee with Ken. I love it. Well, thank you. You know what? Okay, Susie Little said Northland Filters is always looking for employees. You know what I think? I don't think I'm a great employee. I think I should be running my own business. I think I want things done my way. And I think when you wait tables in some aspect, you're your own employee. Yes, you work for the restaurant, but you have customers and you have a product that you're delivering and you have service that you're delivering and you run that person's dining experience for the evening. When I was working at Target, I was an employee that went and opened up boxes and put the contents on shelves. I felt it was kind of a shallow existence. Who was I yelling at? Just a passerby, a neighbor? I think you'd be a great tuk-tuk driver. I would be a great tuk-tuk driver. I would be. But it's kind of seasonal. There was a neighbor. I was walking by with two dogs. Once you get the neighbors, once they follow you on TikTok, it spreads throughout. Would Target have been better if it were $26 an hour? Well, it would have been $9.50 or $10.50 an hour better. Yeah, the adult film industry. Have I ever thought about doing the adult film industry? I mean, certainly the thought's probably, to be honest, I'd be lying if it said the thought hasn't crossed my mind at some point in my 55 years. I would be lying if there wasn't a moment or two in my existence that the thought of working in the adult film industry has crossed my mind. However, there's, and I don't want to get too graphic, there are many reasons that I probably wouldn't be fit for the adult film industry. Modesty, size, girth, sustainability, if you know what I'm saying, performance anxiety, commitment. I'm a one-woman man. I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons I don't think I would make it in the adult film industry. I told you I saw Ron Jeremy speak. He did a documentary on the porn industry, and he said it's so much more difficult than you'd imagine, and it's not nearly, and so I don't think I could do it. I'll trust Ron. I think he had a lot of experience. But anyway, I don't want to leave on a dirty subject, but I like to keep these under an hour. But we've had an awesome audience. We've had a great time. It is Saturday morning. I want to make it to the farmer's market, bring at least two of my kids to the farmer's market. And Julie, for a living, personality and work ethic makes your income. Yeah. It didn't matter if I was the best employee or the worst employee working at Target. I was going to get my $15.50 an hour. If I hustle, if I work hard, if I have a bigger smile, people enjoy their dining experience, they're going to give me a bigger tip. So I felt effort was rewarded. And if I sucked, they'd give me a worse tip. And I understand that. Hey, Miss Joan, thank you so much for joining. It's such a good feeling. I don't know the words. What's the neighborhood song? Have a really amazing day. I'm hitting the road, 3-hour drive in this tropical storm. Lindsay, girl, drive safe. I so appreciate you guys for joining. But I'm going to sign off because I'm hungry and I want to make it to the farmer's market. I've had a great time this morning. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate. Hello, Marisolo. You guys all for joining me. Again, I go live at 4:30 on YouTube. So join me there for reflections of the day. And when I hear it, I so appreciate it. Well, I so appreciate you, Jack Taylor, and I so appreciate you guys all for joining. I so appreciate you sharing part of your Saturday with me, sharing a cup of coffee with me. Hello, Kendra Lee. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. I hope you had a great week behind. I hope you're feeling good about who you are, because I promise you, if you're not feeling good about who you are and where, you don't have to be where you hope to be, but you got to feel good about who you are as a person to bring the best person to the world and to the relationships around me. So I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Low power mode. I can't even say goodbye. God didn't want me to sign off. I'm trying to sign off and my battery's saying low power mode. I guess I'll just put it in low power mode so I can sign off. Cheers.